almost to the end of our 2009 special. We are talking about our favorite trade storyline, our limited series of 2009. And I started first last time, so I'll start first this time. Last first. Alright, it's been a long night.
Yeah.
Very long.
We've gone closer. We've gone closer.
Necroser.
We've grown closer. We've grown farther apart. We're all there.
Hug it out, everybody.
For me, the best story that I've enjoyed so far in 2009 is Stuff of Legend.
Yes.
It's an independent book
Yeah.
about a whole bunch of toys and stuffed animals trying to rescue their owner. And the artwork's been phenomenal. Storyline is amazing. My only problem is the book comes out quarterly. So I've only read 2 issues.
Yeah.
And they've been awesome.
And it's also got a really great format. Like, I genuinely enjoy the
Yeah,
format.
it's a small...
It's like a squat,
it's
wide book.
yeah.
I liked a lot of that this year. There have been a lot of format changes that I thought had worked out really well.
You know, honestly, that's a book that caught me by surprise because, seriously, I didn't want to read it, and then I read it, and I enjoyed every second of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I read number 1, 3 months went by, number 2 came out, I kind of put it off the shelf, I forgot about it, I pulled it off the shelf.
It's toys looking for their owner, like a brave little toaster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the boogeyman.
Brave little ass.
The Boogeyman.
The boogeyman kidnaps the boy, and then the toys go in to get him back.
Which is
It's
awesome.
I'm
great.
so
And
sad
like
I
a
missed
lot
the
of
first issue.
a lot of the forgotten toys have gone to the boogeyman side because they don't feel appreciated, and then his favorite toys are the ones going in after him. It's fantastic, and like
Teddy bear.
the like
And toys get killed.
yeah, and
Which
it's
is-
Like, that's the
gruesome,
thing,
and it hurts.
it's Toy Story, but
You
like an
cry.
R-rated version of Toy Story.
Yeah,
The R-rated version.
It's really really good. It's really good.
I'm
great
going to
book.
when I can.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
decide.
good call.
It's awesome, dude. It's
They've
worth
been
it.
sold.
Yeah, I'm sold.
Kevin, why don't you tell us what you like this year?
My favorite story arc this year was the limited series Lockjaw and the Pet Adventures. I was completely caught off guard by this book. It's a cute book. You have lots of awesome characters like Lockjaw, the big teleporting dog. You have Thor Frog, who has a piece of Throg, who has a piece of Thor's hammer and became Thor Frog to fight the rats in Central Park. Lockheed from the X-Men. Lots of characters. The thing is, each of them is looking for a piece of the Infinity Gem to fight Thanos.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. It's a fun book. It can be for kids. It can be for adults, and it's just really fun. A big comedy book.
You know, I made fun of you for being, like, really, really gay for reading this book. And then...
We are
We are
friendly
very-
at the Comic Ball.
Yeah,
so
we-
everybody knows.
Alright, you know, just... I made fun of you
Very
Very
gay
gay
friend.
friendly.
Yeah, we are very gay friendly. I'm
friendly.
sorry about that.
As in Dane will totally give you a hand job.
I will totally give you a hand job.
Is that? I think
He's
that
so
crosses the line.
All right.
Dan will.
Okay,
Dan will not
on
give you a
that
hand
note,
job. He
Kevin,
will
pick
not.
somebody else.
Did that really happen when I was talking about Lockjaw?
Wah, wah.
Moving on. Let's move on to Dave.
I had a really hard time with this, actually. I mean, I think my favorite storyline, I might have just ended. It was Young Liars.
That
like
was
my
really
favorite.
good.
It was maybe my favorite of this year. It was just so bizarre and out of left field, and like the book was like nothing else I'd ever read. I actually sort of have a hard time describing it to other people because
You know, Dave, I never wanted to read that book, and you and what's her name again? Amanda kept trying to
His girlfriend.
Yeah, his girlfriend kept trying to turn me on to that book, and finally I picked up the first trade and read it, and I've never laughed out loud and enjoyed a book so much in my life. It is an obscure, strange book that really just kind of like puts your mind on the outside of things, where you're like, what the hell is going on? But this is awesome, you know.
But I think it's enough. I mean, the book's canceled. You can't really get it anymore. Go pick it up in trade form.
It's phenomenal.
Next.
Hey, if you
is-
buy in trade, they might put out another issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
Support
He said-
your
you know,
local
we-
books.
Lapham, I think David Lapham is the name of the writer. He has said that he has a real ending intended. So maybe if you go out and buy the trade, he will finish the book for us.
Yeah.
And
It's good.
next up is Jay.
Jay.
All right, best storyline of this year. How many years have we spent hating Iron Man?
So
And in
many.
one fell swoop, Matt Fraction redeems him completely.
Yeah.
Iron Man Most Wanted.
And
He's been absolutely just a reprehensible character for most comic fans for like 3 years now, and then He realizes that Norman Osborn's... He was the heel.
He was the heel.
He realizes that Norman Osborn's taken over everything. He destroys all the files, all the secret identity files for all the Marvel characters. And the only one left are those in his brain because of the Extremis virus. It's holding in there like a computer. So he deletes his brain. That's the core of a hero. He destroys everything that makes him special, everything that ever set him apart, because it's the right thing to do, and it saves the day.
He's redeeming himself.
Fraction is an amazing writer. This is an amazing story. Like I said, it takes Iron Man, it takes Tony Stark from being the heel of the Marvel Universe, this arrogant jackass, back to being the hero we've all loved through most of our lives.
No, I totally
Brilliant.
agree.
And thank you, Matt Fraction, for giving me back a hero I love.
Yeah, it's like the Planet Hulk of this year. Like,
Yeah.
It's a long run. It's like 12 issues, I think.
It's
Yeah.
like, 12
Yeah,
issues.
no, it's forever long. And like for
Crazy
that
long.
storyline, like he was like favorite one thing series was going to be Invisible Iron Man for me. It was tough between Daredevil and Iron Man, but I chose Daredevil over it. But it was definitely like they were neck and neck and stuff like that because it was just really good.
Well, and that's been. I mean, there was only 7 issues that weren't the most wanted storyline.
Yeah.
And not the direct ramifications of it afterwards, which have been the last 2 issues. And those were really good. Those were really good books. But as soon as he started that most wanted thing, I'm like, okay, all right.
And the ending is like Norman Osborn trying to choke him out. You lost.
Yeah.
You lost.
I win.
I win.
Yeah.
You know, man, it was awesome.
It was
awesome.
fantastic.
It's good stuff. Who's next? Who's next?
Who is next?
Who's
You.
left? Who's left?
Did you go? You went first. Oh, Dan. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Well.
Alright. I'm going to put an obscure book out of nowhere. Thanks. Obscure book. Sky Doll. I absolutely love this book. It reminds me of like one of those really mature cartoons that you've seen, like, maybe Secret of Nim or, one of those other...
Wait, did they have sex in Secret of Nim?
Yeah, was that part of Secret of Nim?
Listen, let me talk here.
It's weird that they let me watch that.
As you notice, there is a mature content logo on this. It is pretty mature, and at the same time, it's still a phenomenal book. I absolutely adore this book. I've read it about maybe like 3-4 times, and every time I read it, there's something new that I find. There's something new that I find in it, and Dave is putting rings on my finger. I love you, Dave. Let me marry you. At the same time, this book, the art is beautiful. It reminds you of like something that, like, seriously, when you're reading, you're like, man, like you could definitely see this turning into like some kind of obscure cartoon movie, and I've enjoyed every second of it. It's seriously one of those books that just like nobody really paid attention to, and it's like I really think it needs a shout out because it's really a phenomenal book, and it was only 3 issues, and it was wonderful.
I like it. Sound good?
Superb.
It looks like Fallout Toy Works this time.
It definitely is.
Oh, it was,
It was also a great book.
Yeah,
Or has also started off.
Solely has been just one of those, like,
It's the French sub-Ibla. It's Marvel's French sub-Ibla.
And I've been enjoying everything they've been doing, but this has been my favorite one, and they're making a second series of this because they realized, hey, this is an awesome storyline. We got to continue it. So,
Excellent.
All right. Is that 2009?
yeah.
Favorite trade storyline limited series? Sarah.
Yeah.
Come on, Sarah. Come on, own it.
Sarah!
Own it,
Sarah! Sarah!
So,
Sarah!
I don't have a Magneto tattoo because I'm a coward.
Yeah, about 50%.
So, my favorite limited series of 2009 was Magneto Testament. Technically started in 2008, ended in 2009. Greg Pak wrote it, which I said before is a fantastic writer.
Phenomenal.
It's about Magneto's childhood in Auschwitz, and it's
Really amazing.
It's
I cried.
amazing. I cried.
It was phenomenal.
There's
There have
no
only been
Magneto.
2
It's all him before Magneto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it really sets up the character of Magneto in the most perfect way.
No,
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
no parallels to draw between
What is it
that
called?
and Mouse.
Magneto Testament.
There are,
No,
but I only have like 20
awesome.
seconds. Like,
Yeah.
I could
Great
give a
book.
dissertation,
Great
but
book.
that would hit me. So
Okay.
just buy it.
Great stuff.
Right.
Go check it
All
out.
right, guys. Take care. We're going to be back
love
with
you.
what we're looking forward to.